Hello, we are starting today's episode off in the skeleton spawner that I said I was going to show you guys probably 2 or 3 episodes ago. I don't think I've actually showed you yet. It's a very bad design. I don't know if you can tell by my position from my coordinates. I'm very low down, so basically, drop my pickaxe, that's how you do it. Basically, that was pretty much as low as I could go because there was bedrock around for chests. So they sort of all come out here, and then I have to sort them out. So it's very temporary. This is sort of just an easy place for me to fix my tools. I basically only come down here to use them, use mending, and I've just fixed up all of these tools now. So let's put this back on. Looks so nice having them all in line, all max durability. I've got about a chest and double chest and a half of bones here, and I've got like about 10 stacks as well in my storage upstairs. So I mean, considering I've only come down here just to fix my tools, it's doing me quite well. I mean, I've got all of them are pretty much full. I think half full. Bow and arrow. Oh my god, bow and arrows. Don't get me started on that. I need to sort something out to filter them out because where's the look? Yeah, I just can't be bothered. It's too many. I mean, the design down here was just a quick one. I wasn't bothered about doing anything amazing, but I really actually quite like it. It's the only place in my world where glowstone is... Actually, no, that's a lie. In the top of the tree, glowstone looks nice, and here glowstone looks nice, but most other places it doesn't look very good. I don't really like using it as a lighting source. I don't know what that is. That's just... I couldn't be bothered to do the entrance. I just wanted it to look nice when I was in here. But it works, and it works for AFK if I want to, even though I AFK'd for like half an hour the first time I made it, and then that was it. I haven't done it since. I haven't needed to. So we're going to go back upstairs, and I put all my rockets away. Brilliant. So what we're actually going to be starting today doing is, there's been some sad news. I'm sure most people have heard. Obviously Stan Lee passed away. So I'm doing a build inspired by him, and that will not be finished this episode because that is a massive build. That's probably going to be a couple of episodes worth. But we're going to leave the dungeon for now, and I need my food already. Oh, I'm going to get crushed. That was a bad idea. What I've been doing is committing genocide on squids. Yeah, I want a lot of black ink, black dye, ink sacs, combine them together, and I also need a ton of sand, which I've been a bit of an idiot. I used my mending shovel and it got me 3 shulker boxes, which is a double chest and a half, and I thought that's cool. I'll go and mend my shovel and do it again. While I was mending this shovel just now, I realised I have a second shovel, so all of that sand, I didn't even have to come back in the middle. Just going halfway across the map to fix stuff up, and that's what I ended up finding out. So next time I mine sand, I'll be able to do 3 double chests in one go, which is actually quite nice. Which I'm probably going to have to do more for this, to be honest, because I need a lot of glass and a lot of concrete. So that's going to be fun. I always check in there now because that creeper just ruined all my cobwebs. Ugh. But if we come down here, I did actually work on something before I'd made the decision to build this this new building, which I'm going to show you a basic design for in a moment. Yeah, if we come down here, I added something that I quite like to this. It's made me want to do more of this as well. I've never used these before in my life. I mean, I listened to them and I've used them just to see. Yeah, I really didn't think this through. I need rockets, don't I? Ugh. I'm also running low on rockets. I've got plenty of paper. TNT is the problem. I'm going to pick these up while I'm here. Otherwise I'll forget like I always do, and then my rockets will be left in no man's land. Whee! That was much better this time. See that? I've got a tripwire hook in here. So for the chest I've got in here, we all know it's a Zelda theme by now. Have a listen to this. it's not the best, but I quite like it. I started doing it by myself, and I had 2 different note blocks involved, and it just didn't sound right, and I couldn't figure out why. And I watched one YouTube video, and basically someone used 2 of the same note. Yeah, there's a lot of note blocks. Someone used 2 of the same note, so each of these are 3 wide, and it goes up and comes back round, and so on. And then at the end, I couldn't get like an extended sound, because obviously the last one, it continues on the last note in Zelda, but obviously I just had to put a few, like 1 tick delay, and just let it do that, so it's got a bit of a better sound. What have I got in here? Just tripwire hook and some string. I've got an ender chest here, right? Every time I find an ender chest, I always look in it like I'm expecting to find something different. I don't know why. Let's have one more listen to that. See, I find with the note blocks, sometimes when you walk over it, they don't all play correctly, some get missed out. It's a bit strange, but I don't really know why that is. But yeah, other than that, I've also been working on... I need a Super Smelter, let's just say that right now. For the building that I'm going to do, I need a lot of glass, so I need a Super Smelter. And I guess I've just given away some idea of what it might be because I said building. What I'm going to do is I'll head back over to my storage area. Oh, just on a quick side note, when I loaded up this world, I'll put the clip after this, just to show you guys what happened. But basically I was playing on my phone to mine all of that sand and get all of the ink sacs, because on your phone obviously building is really difficult on it. It's very sensitive, and if you touch the button it will put a block down. If you try and break one, it will break loads, and it's so much more difficult to build on the phone. But as for mining, you could destroy everything. You just hold the screen down and just move your finger. It's so easy. So I did all of that on the phone, and then I loaded it back up while I was nearly finished mending my shovel, and it spawned me inside my mob spawner. I became a skeleton and was killed by my own mob spawner. I couldn't figure a way out. I didn't have my axe on me to break the wood. I didn't have enough time to break the glass and the quartz next to me, and so I just turned around, forgetting about the magma on the floor, and tried to kill the skeletons because I thought they were what was hurting me. So I thought that'd give me a bit more time, but I should have crouched. Silly move, but it was quite hilarious. So I'll show you guys that clip now, and then when I come back, I'll be in my testing world so I can show you a couple of bits I've been working on. So this is the Super Smelter I've been working on. Obviously I've seen other ones on YouTube before. Most of them don't work because I'm on Xbox, but I've been working on a design myself. I'm not great at redstone, like I've said before, so there was a lot of chopping and changing in this. There was a lot of testing things out, and it's not actually working at the moment because I went to change this part. Because what was happening to me was, when these minecarts go down here, it was actually taking the items from this minecart up here. I tried extending that back a bit, it still didn't help. So basically I'm just going to have to add an extra line of hoppers on top of these hoppers, which is really painful because that's a lot of iron, which is another thing I've been doing on my phone, just trying to get as much iron as I can. But there's 2 lines of 23, so what it does is it comes over here, this sets a delay, so it turns off the line, and when it turns back on and the cart goes, it will have, I believe, over 46. As long as it's over 46, then it will go up, come back down, and they'll all be even amounts. I actually tested this out, and to smelt up all of this actually took 2 minutes and 52 seconds, I believe, which for 8 stacks, I'm going to take that any day. You're talking a double chest in 20 minutes, which is really nice. Same thing down here, this one comes along and it will stay for, it basically takes about a stack and a few every time it comes down. And then the final part, I'm not going to do double line of hoppers. Originally I had minecart rails down here, but for some reason it was taking the kelp blocks out of... I can't see that. It was taking these out of the furnace. So I replaced it with the hoppers and it worked fine. So I just said, instead of having a few hoppers at the end, and it was also taking too long to dispense them, I just I just bit the bullet and I'm going to take all the hoppers. If you do want to obviously save yourself that, you can use the minecarts. I mean, it doesn't take all of the blocks out, it's just random and a bit strange. So, oh, do you know what? Probably saying that, actually, I've just realised now, it was probably when it comes down here, it was taken out of that. So that's a bit stupid of me. Which is actually good news for me, because that's an entire 46 hoppers that I don't really need. However, I think I'm going to keep it that way anyway for efficiency, because you see when it was coming out, they were just pumping one after the other out. It was so nice. And you may have just seen the other thing I've been talking about. So I'm going to back up here, and this was the first design I did. It was a bit strange shaped. I've decided to make Excelsior Tower. It's called Excelsior Tower obviously because of Stan Lee, but it's not Excelsior Tower. It's Avengers Tower. It's not looking great at the moment because this was literally this was a half an hour of me just putting a few blocks. I only did half of it just so I could see that the shape was even going to work on Minecraft. But there's a few tweaks I need to do to it. But actually overall I'm really happy with the shape, and so I'm definitely going to be building this. And this is where you know, like Tony Stark would put on his Iron Man suit. That's where my Electrifying course is going to start from. And I've got a few ideas for putting some little, you know, references to Avengers inside and some room designs for this building. I also wanted to make sure that each floor was going to be usable. I wanted to make this building really, really actually part of my world and have purposes. So what I've done is I've got 3 layers here. So on the front you can see this sort of gives a bit of colour change. Even though it's white concrete and quartz, there's a difference there that really helps, because the building isn't actually pure white in the game. In the movies and stuff, the white parts are kind of like, they've got a grey tone to them, which I think that white concrete has, and then obviously the quartz just gives it a different white as well. The black windows, it's because in the pictures of it there's a lot of black windows, and I figured it would be easier, you know, for a practice just to put it together that way. But the way I've done it is it's got 3 here. So this one's going to be, you'll be standing on sort of, no, not that. It's not a full block, is it? You'll be standing here in the rooms, so you'll be able to look out. You can see like a window ledge. What that also does is where these 2 quartz layers is, it gives me 2 layers to work with. So my floor and my ceiling can be different, and then I still have 1, 2, 3, 6 blocks high to work with in each floor. Now I could probably bring that down by 1, but I think I will leave it so I can do sort of lighting fixtures, and if I want to put any variation in the floor I can do that as well. And I think there's plenty of floors there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other thing is this angle here coming down, it's a bit flat. It needs to sort of come more up to where the second E is, and what I'll do for that probably is just, instead of having a 2-block gap, I'll just have 3 blocks like that, and that should just sort of give it less of an angle. But yeah, I mean overall, and obviously the base as well, I didn't bother making the base because the base is just this but a slightly different shape, so I just left it because, like I said, I just wanted to throw something together. So I'm going to pop back into my world now, and I'm going to try and put all the resources together to build this. So when I said build this, obviously I meant the Super Smelter, because I just really need it. It's, after having one and then getting rid of it, I haven't smelted anything other than iron ingots for so long, and you know, gold as well, but I haven't bothered. It's just no point. I might as well make it first, especially with that kind of timings. But I don't think I have enough iron, and then when you see how much iron I've got, it's really kind of depressing. But I've got a plan. I have like 40 gold blocks, so I can just take the iron from my beacon. I'm just not sure if I want to do that because it's also in a very difficult place. For some reason I buried it deep in the ground where I just can't get it because it's buried away. I need to basically dive down a 1-block hole. But yeah, that's the iron I've got. And I used the dark oak wood for chests. Don't take this one, what am I doing? Because at the moment I do have most dark oak wood, but if you see, like, I've got more of this, but it's just more annoying to get. The dark oak wood you can get so much of. I don't know how many chests I'm gonna need. So, oh, this is painful to do. Oh, look at that! Oh, that iron just disappeared. Ooh, that was a lot. Boom! Look at that. We got 2 stacks. I think I need 3 stacks though. I need about 200 hoppers for this. Oh, it's so many. And that's all my iron gone. Yeah, that's not enough. It's just not enough. So I guess we're gonna go mining for some more iron. I might do it as a time lapse this time because mining's not too bad, but a lot of the resource gathering, I just don't put it on camera because it's kind of boring. So I'm gonna go and get some more iron and we'll see how that goes. Oh, actually, just a quick other side note. The thing with the tridents, for me, is they need to have an enchantment, like say Luck of the Sea could be put on a trident and it would work the same way looting does, but for underwater mobs, because killing underwater mobs with a sword is just so annoying. And you know, like obviously it wouldn't work on skeletons if they're in water and stuff like that, only the mobs that are underwater, but that'd be really nice to have because it's just so much easier to use the trident underwater. So yeah, I'm going to cut this here and I will get to mining that. So I stopped recording that after a little bit. It was a bit long. I did it for about 2 hours, which would have made it a very, very long time lapse. So I'm just going to try and cut that down a little bit because obviously, like I said, it's kind of boring. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit quicker than 2 hours, but I did get a bit carried away because that is one of the biggest mine shafts I think I've ever had in Minecraft. And the fact is, I got a route down to it literally here in my storage area. So it's really nice. I mean, it just kept. I didn't discover it all, and I left a lot on the wall, so I couldn't be bothered to get it all. You know, I didn't take any of the redstone, the lapis, coal. All I took was the iron, the gold, and the diamonds, obviously. So these are just the odd bits I got. I picked up some mine carts and these kind of rails because I'm going to need them for the smelter. String and these things. I was killing a lot of spiders down there, and I don't even know why I picked that coal up, but I did. Got 7 golden apples and a silk touch book, which is quite nice. This is the chest that really matters. I'd say it was a very successful session because, bam, look at that, 10, all from one mine shaft. I just want to point out, one mine shaft I was walking around, 10 stacks of iron, or 10 and a half, nearly 2.5 gold, 36 diamond ore, and an enchanted apple. And some gunpowder, which I needed because, as like I said so many times, I keep running out of rockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and smelt all of this up, and then we'll get those hoppers made, and I'll start working on making the smelter. I think I'm going to basically, out here where my house is going to be, so this is going to be my main house. This will be where all my stuff that I need is. I'm going to do some mini farms inside. Oh, it's drowned up here. It's not going to work, is it? Riptide. I got the wrong one out. I still haven't fixed this from the creeper in like the first episode. What was that? Thought I saw some iron on the wall there. God, I've been doing so much iron farming, I'm just seeing iron now. So yeah, inside here is where all the farms are going to be. And the only reason I haven't actually done this yet is because I really don't know what I want to build for my house. I don't know how I want to build it. I had an idea to build a wasp nest, but it just would look rubbish in Minecraft, to be honest. It would just look horrible. So basically, yeah, I'm going to dig this out a bit, and we'll have our farms down here, we'll have our super smelter down there. Obviously anyone's welcome to come and use it. And that's basically, this big rock here is all going to be linked in, and I'm going to do a lot of things with this. Once I build my house, it'll also be linked into the storage room, so I can just get a water elevator straight down. But yeah, so I'll go and smelt all of that up, and I'll get back to you. I think this is the first time during me playing Minecraft that the rain actually looks really nice. Just sitting in this little cave with the trees around you and the grass hanging down, the cave thing. I feel really immersed in it. It's really nice. It's like sort of hidden away. You feel protected from the rain in here. It's quite cool. So anyway, on with the building. I've picked my location, so you're going to go down here. So yeah, the house will be on top. You come down the staircase here. I haven't made the staircase here, obviously. But this was about the best level I could do, because if I'd built it any higher, it would have gone into the side of that glass that I've got for the pool, so that would have been annoying, because this is quite large. It's 41 blocks long, so this is the space I need to make it. This is ridiculous. Why did I do this? I don't know. This is going to be fun though, I can tell that. So, I'm not really sure where I want to start with this. I really didn't... I measured out the exact lengths, but I can't remember how much space I need on the other end. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to show you the resources I've got. So I've got 4 stacks of hoppers. I mean, I need about 3.5, but obviously I just made extra. I only need 2 droppers. But they don't cost any resources really, a bit of redstone and some cobble. I think everyone's got that. So I just made a bunch anyway. Same with like comparators and repeaters. Yeah, I'm going to probably need about 30-40 comparators, maybe even 20. I don't need that for it, that just ended up in there. And again, the rails, I don't need that many, and I think I only need 4 minecarts, so I don't really know why I bought 7. But yeah, so I'm going to go and check on the dimensions so I know where to start, and then I'll get building. I just tried to play in creative mode. I tried to just fly to have a look at it. So I did it again, and at the end of this clip, it's about a minute left. I won't have any more footage from me actually building it other than near the end, because I went over the time limit. I was recording for about 50 minutes and it basically lost the footage. It's my fault. I should have realised the space was going to run out, but I was just so engrossed in doing it and having a few problems. And yeah, I did do the redstone wrong in this clip. I did go back and correct it all, which hopefully you'll see in the final clip. And if anyone did obviously want me to show a tutorial on this at all, that's not a problem. I can do that, as I'd kind of planned to explain it in the episode, but that didn't really work out. So, you know, with half the footage gone, I can't really do that. The other thing is, I obviously only been posting one episode a week at the moment because the episodes have been really big. I keep taking on projects a bit too big for one man, but you know, I want big builds in my world. And the other thing is, with the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm just loving the story in that, and I would honestly recommend playing it. It's probably one of the best games I've ever played. Weird to say that on Minecraft, I know, but obviously it's a different genre. And I do want to do some videos for that, so I'll probably look at doing that in the future, as you know, I'm really enjoying it, but I'm actually probably waiting for the multiplayer to do the videos for that. So we'll cut back to the video now. Test world here, and I've been working on something basically at the end here, where I've raised these hoppers up one more and they're all level with each other now. You can see this redstone isn't going to work. I had to come up with a different design for that, which is what I've done. Where is it gone? There it is. That's what I've done here. So to get these all separate, this will be your compared signal, this one and this one. There is 4 lines here, I just couldn't be bothered to put them all in. I know it's going to work because it works on all the other ones. In fact, if I get rid of that, put that there, and get rid of that, you can see that will work, yep. And then what we have at the top here is basically just 4 redstone torches with a line going over the top of it. This line won't affect any of the other signal, and this will just come and that'll be your switch, so you can switch all 4 of them on at the same time. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought it would be. In fact, it's actually more simple than the one I've got over here, because to get it to work I had to do all of these redstone lines. So yeah, that's worked out quite easy for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and install this in the server, and that should be the machine complete. So if it is, we can test it on probably a double chest of sand, since I'm going to need a lot of glass. So I'm going to go and do that off camera, just get that bit done, and then I'll show you that when it's ready. So it's now complete, I hope. So this one's currently on, so it's got all these redstone torches off. I had to do a torch tower to activate this one, and the same on this side, and then these two are just simple, just straight in the back repeaters. So if I go over here, what will happen is I put the items in the top. When it fills up into this hopper, so when you've got more than 46 items, it will tell the minecart, come down please, you're up. There you go. Same thing with that one. Same thing with this one. You can just about see that's on there. And same thing on this side. So all 4 of them are working. Perfect. We already tested out all 4 of the activator rails. And finally, oh, I'm trying to jump above that. If I switch this, you'll see they all come on. So basically what happens is, obviously you're going to have a few items left, so that none of your items get stuck. Once all of your items are filled into the system, you can just flick this on and it will continuously just keep going backwards and forwards. And every time it will pick up enough items to do a double chest, unless of course there isn't enough items, in which case obviously that's all the items you've got left. So if we now just cover this up, just for now, like obviously I'm going to do a bit of a design on this once I've actually made the room as well, you know, that would be kind of helpful. there you go. One complete Super Smelter room. I cannot wait to test this out. But I am going to have to do one thing first. Well, a little couple bits, you know. I can't just leave it looking messy on the front like that. And, as I said, I'm going to go grab some trapdoors just to seal that off. I'm pretty sure I've already got some made. Probably use the spruce ones, they're quite nice. What do the jungle ones look like actually? I finally found a jungle in my world. It was miles away. I've got it written down the coordinates, it'll be fine. But I finally found a jungle, so I'm happy about that. Oh, okay, it's them ones with the circle bit on it. See, that might be quite cool actually, or even something like this, just because you can see the items popping up, but I guess I'll do the spruce ones for now, because you can just... Ah, they're in my ender chest, aren't they? Oh dear. Yep, there you go. Well, dark oak. Where's spruce? I know I had a load of them made. Tell you what. Let's just make some then. Let's just make sure they're not in here. I know what I'm like at putting them in the wrong place. Can't remember how to make them, but I'm guessing it's just that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's just make a bunch of them. It's not like I'm running out of spruce wood anytime soon, is it? Right, so let's go cover up them holes. And while we are here, I'm gonna need another shulker box. What's this one? Rubbish. Oh. So the idea was I'm basically just going to chuck an absolute ton of coal in it so that it's got enough for now. And I think I worked out if I use 9 stacks of blocks and separate it into coal, then it should be, I think, 40,000 blocks I can smelt, so I shouldn't really be having too many issues here. And we're just going to take a whole double chest of sand, and we'll put a chest in each side. Obviously before I do that I will get rid of a lot of the stuff I'm carrying. Ooh, I'm going to get attacked by someone now, I can hear them. I tell you, there is actually one advantage to having less mobs. the advantage to having less mobs is this: you can walk around at night time and not get absolutely obliterated. It's quite nice. Oh look, there's another place I use glowstone. I forgot about that. It actually looks quite nice there. Maybe I underestimated glowstone. Right, I'm gonna put these in and I'm gonna set a timer up. And I'll see how long it takes to do a full double chest. 1 chest in each side. Obviously you can put 2 double chests in, but I only have 1 double chest as output. Obviously there's enough space in all them hoppers. You'll be fine. Like, it won't overload or anything. And even if it does, it will just stop smelting, so it's not the end of the world. That is not great. It's these ones I want it for anyway, so I think it just creates quite a nice look there. But for these ones, I'm actually going to have to put... That'll come with the design of the room, I guess. Let's get on with this. I'm gonna put all these in. I'm gonna have to stop recording because I use my phone to record my voice with a microphone, so I need that now to do the timer. So I'll be back after the timer's done. I'm gonna see how long that takes. So after a little bit of playing around, the first thing I put in messed up a little bit, and I had to go and sort some items out. But you can literally see this thing is crazy. It doesn't stop giving me items. Oh my god! I'm so happy with this. I mean, literally, I put the sand in. I waited about 10 seconds and it just started clicking in my ear, and I was like, what's that clicking sound? I thought it was broken again, and it was no, it was the dispenser, the droppers, obviously. Look at that, it's not even stopping. Oh, this is fantastic. I mean, it's a lot of resources. If you have the time to collect up 1,000 iron to make this thing, jeez, I got this in my world. This is in my survival world. I'm so happy with this now. It's just done 9 stacks. Without stopping giving me items. I'm getting like 2 at a time. And I can smelt 2 different types of items at the same time if I want on this. Whoa. That was so worth the time I spent making that. Whoa. I just want to see if it stops. Anyway. I'll cut this off and I'll let you guys know how long it took when it's finished. But at the moment we're on 9 items, 11 stacks, and it's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is... Oh no, sorry, that's the voice recording. Let me check the actual clock. Okay, 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes for 12 stacks nearly. I'll take it. That is brilliant. So, on that one, towards the end it started to slow down a bit, and I went and investigated why, and those 2 rails in my inventory were actually stuck in the system on the first two furnaces, meaning that there was like two stacks in each that just completely got stuck, so the last 4 stacks were really slow. I basically just picked them up and sort of chucked them in across the top randomly, but as you can see, they've all come through, bar the ones that got stuck by the rails, and it only took to get to the last 4 stacks 15 minutes. Now, I really want to try that again without the issue, just to see if it would continue going, because 15 minutes, I'm so happy with that.